Okay, the fume board process was only moderately successful, and I think that's because I had the queen excluder still in underneath the supers, and I think what happened is the bees were unable to get away even though they wanted to. So you learn as you go. Now I'm going to try my other method, which does work most times very well. This is what a queen excluder looks like, and it's quite clever. It's simply a grate. This one's plastic. You can get metal too. But it's big enough for a worker bee to fit through, but it's not big enough for a queen bee. She's about 30% bigger. And I think it might not be big enough for drones to fit through. You can see, if you look carefully, you can see a drone sitting there. They're bigger and they have huge eyes, and they're bigger than the queen, than the worker bees. If that's the case, it would sort of be good news because you don't want them around anyway. Anyway, I had to remove this before I turned the camera on again, and now we have the first super over there. I took it out, lifted it up, and put it sideways on top of the hive it belongs to. And I'm now going to go with a regular leaf blower and attempt to blow out as many of the bees as I can from both sides of the box. It's a little bit tricky because the frames are so packed that they're actually, in some areas, touching each other. The comb is so full that it's actually touching, meaning there isn't a lot of airspace in between to get, for the bees to be able to get out. So we'll see what happens. It's quite effective. What I like about it is it's a localized jet of air, so you can be focusing on the bees you want to remove while not disrupting neighboring bees. And of course, that strong jet blows them right out. The negative is that, of course, when they get their orientation, they go right back in again. So it's kind of a race against time. I have to do this several times on both sides. And then the next step is to kind of basically rush the thing over here and put it into a bag and close it off, and then maybe even put it into one of these Tupperware things and put the lid on. And sort of the name of the game is to get as many bees off as possible and then get it inside. and you never are 100% successful, but really this is the best way I've found over these 7 years of removing bees effectively and sort of safely and without irritating or disrupting them. And in the time we've talked, they've already kind of repopulated that box, but I'll do several more of these, and I'll be back with you in maybe 10 minutes or so.